guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Rahimat. So today's video is just going to be a continuation of the last video. The I'm going to link that up there. I don't know where it is, and I'll put the link in the description below. Before we get into today's video, I just wanted to tell you guys about a podcast that me and my friends are doing, or my friends and I are doing, called Life Unfiltered. So it's available on Spotify and Apple Music and all those platforms. So I'm going to put like the name of the podcast in the description and possibly a link to how you can access it. So you guys should watch and enjoy. And let's just get into the video.
You think that, but why do you have to bring that up when someone else is bringing up something else? It's like when women talk about rape and then boys flock, oh, boys get raped too. Like, you can talk about that, but in your own time. That's not what we're talking about right now.
And it shows you, you don't actually care, because like it's like if they care, they would have brought stuff like it bring like the time was passing. Why did you say that?
Exactly.
It's just to be contrarian, fucking against.
There's this thing of the oppressors trying to feel like the victims. White people try to feel like the victims. Men try to feel like the victims. Straight people try to feel like the victims. Cisgender people try to feel like the victims. It's like, what are you doing? Do you not see? I'm not even get started. Do you guys think? I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you guys think that there's? Okay, how do I think that if there are white people that like 0% completely non-racist
and racist? That 0% not racist. Sorry.
Yeah, there's no racist born in their body.
I think there's some that like actively like very hard like they fight stereotypes, but like I remember when I was younger, I was racist against black people.
So, when I was younger, I wanted to be Hannah Montana. I wanted the straight hair. Because when we were younger, the only time you will see black people is when they want to portray them as somebody that's wicked, somebody that's mean, and you be like, no, I want to be the Hannah Montana. I want to be.
Everybody wanted the synthetic hair.
Exactly.
Yeah, everybody wanted the pink lips.
Exactly.
That
blonde.
To be very honest, like it was like for a long time, I was like, I used to think like badly of black people in America. Like so, it's like I didn't get that from nowhere, all the way from Nigeria. I was getting that messaging, and like imagine being in America where like it's like the media is giving you like that, and you're seeing it day to day, like and your parents are telling you. I think it's like impossible to like totally escape, but like there's like actively fighting and actively like saying no, this is bullshit. Why am I getting this wrong? But like I don't think it's like I'm a saint. I'm like just as I was born, I'm not a victim of everything that was pushed upon me.
Like even you fighting, you resist the urge to like.
And at the end of the day, even if you quote unquote escape the racist bone in your body, quote unquote, fully escape the racist bone in your body. You cannot escape white privilege. Period.
Exactly. You can't escape the people around you that have that mentality. Because everybody is always influenced.
Your loved ones will be racist.
Exactly.
Your grandfather will be racist.
Exactly. There's no way around it. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Like actively fighting is like it's like great. Like that's what everyone should do.
Yeah,
but exactly. It's like, oh me, I'm a saint. I was never a racist. Like
exactly. I feel like you can definitely actively fight against it, but then it's not possible that you're like, oh no, I've never been racist. I can never be racist. People that try to do that, then they're just on the line.
Drama. What do you guys feel about like African Americans claiming Africa now?
I'll just come out and say, because I know the ones that don't do anything, like they just think Africa is like one big like desert. Like
dead eyes. Yeah. Sand everywhere, sand and trees.
Everyone go around now and say the one very weird question you've been asked, like as a black person, like abroad. Like,
Okay, like, one black babe, like she's African American. Like I was like holding my bread in my hand, and like just I was just being lazy. I didn't want to get a plate or something. She was like, "Oh, do you guys eat with your hands back home?"
Literally, someone asked me in school, "Do you eat with cutlery?"
Back home for me.
They said, "What?"
It's like I speak.
They said, "What do you eat rice with?"
When I started,
It's like it comes from a place of like seeing like Africans as like less than, because like they eat burgers with their hands. Like there's nothing wrong with eating with your hand. Is that Africans don't know what spoons and knives are. Just like it just makes me irritated when like they're like, we was kings. Yeah, Africa is the motherland. It's like
Yeah, and I feel like
But like Naomi, Yene, and Samira, have you ever faced such being asked questions that just make you feel ultimately uncomfortable?
when I started in New York, when they were like asking me the school I went to, stuff like that, like before I got to the school, and I said it was a school in Nigeria, my guidance counselor was asking me how I can speak good English.
Same.
You literally asked.
Same.
I've been asked that before.
Like that was an actual question. Like she wasn't just being dead ass.
Is it that they don't get the extent of their colonialism? Your culture is ingrained into their body. They are basically you guys.
like your pop cultures are like we know how much like we know everything that like goes on in your country. So it's like of course you can speak.
Someone asked me,
like,
"Do I know
perfect
Disney
English.
Channel?"
No, you don't. You
don't.
just no.
I don't know it.
You guys don't ship it out. No, we don't.
I don't think they realize how like
Global
American culture is global culture. Basically, they don't realize.
Like, one time I was like I was speaking to
Yeah, you remember?
I remember one time. Well, there are two instances. There was one time that we're reading what's that book? That Nigerian book.
Things Fall Apart.
Things Fall Apart. I swear to God, this white lady kept looking at me because we would read a chapter and she would explain it to like the white people that did not understand Nigerian culture. And you know they spell Igbo IBO, and in my life I've never seen anyone spell Igbo IBO, but like I think that's a normal thing as well. But like you can spell it like that way. That's why I noticed. And every single time she would like explain it, she would look at me in order not to offend me. So she would be like, she'll be like, especially when she was talking about the what's that word when you believe, for example, if I pour water, if I bury somebody here, then the soil will be contaminated.
What's that?
Guys, like for example, if you cross over somebody's leg, you've cursed them. What's that thing that we do?
Yeah.
Huh? You know those kind of things, right? So she'll be trying to explain those kind of things to the white kids in the boom. That's the word, superstition. She'll be trying to explain those kind of things to the white people, and she'll be like, "Oh, that's how like they do it," and she'll say it in such a sarcastic way, like, "Oh, that's such a dumb thing."
It's
like,
so funny because you're not even Igbo. So like
exactly.
It's like why
I feel like she thinks that everything is the same. So she would try and explain that thing to the white people. Like this woman's eyes will be straight at me. She'll keep looking at me and be like, and then there was another one part where somebody asked me because they asked me where I was from, and I said Nigeria, and then they asked me if I speak Nigerian, and I looked at this lady.
I've gotten that more than 10 times. Do you speak
languages in the country?
We can't really expect them to like know about us. Like we're just another country. To be fair, like that whole "do you speak Nigerian?"
Yeah.
Well, like, okay, but
I feel like they should at least be like, "Oh, ask what language do you speak." Don't just assume you speak Nigerian.
Okay, like if someone says that they're from Belgium, like, I don't think they would ever ask these people, do you speak Belgians or something like that. Like it's like
Belgian.
I think it's more of an of that country's problem, not like like I think it's those guys that
closed door. Like they must think they're the only ones that exist.
Me too. I thought they were the only ones that existed for a while. Like when I was really young.
Us and them.
I think
Because I feel like
that
they forget that Black people are not only in America. Because I remember we'll be talking about, like, I'll be talking about how, like, oh, my friend is in, like, UK, oh, my friend is in Germany, my friend, just examples, right? I don't have any friends in Germany. But, like, my friend is in other countries, and they'll be like, oh, there are Black people there. And I'm like, sis, do you think that they only took you to this place? Like, you weren't the only said.
I think that I try to be understanding when I get these questions, because sometimes they genuinely come from a place of not knowing. But when you now find yourself in a situation like ENS or Naomi's, where you just try to, it starts to look more like ignorance, which is just really, really, really unattractive, then that's when it becomes a problem. And yes, what Rahima said about asking is better than assuming. Like, I wouldn't see somebody that comes from, like, the person tells me they come from Greece, and I'll say, do they speak Greek? Like, what if they're not, like, actually, like, Grecian? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, what if their family just moved there? So they just say, oh, I'm from Greece. Because there's so many people in my school, they claim the nationality of the place that they live for school records, but then they're from a totally different, like, country or continent sometimes. Do you get what I'm saying? So
I think it's because it's safer. Like, personally, to me, sometimes when somebody asks me, somebody talking. Is someone talking?
No, yeah, talk.
That's why I think it's safer, because quite frankly, I'm going to stop saying that I'm from Nigeria, because it's not as if I don't like my country. I was coming to this country to, like, open chest and say, yes, I'm from Nigeria, and I'm not just African. Like, I'm being specific with this shit. I was coming, like, do you understand? But, like, at this point, I don't think I'm going to tell anybody, like, where I'm from. If, like, they ask, Frisco, because I'm not going to say, like, it's because I'm tired of the questions I get. Maybe my opinion will change, but I'm tired of the questions I
feel
get.
like you should just, like, make them feel stupid, because half of the time the questions, they're stupid.
They ask stupid questions.
Do you speak Nigerian? Do you speak African? Do you eat with your hands? Do you live near the jungle? Are there cars where you live?
How did you get here? You're asking me how I got here. Huh? Like,
I took a boat.
Like, straight face. How did you get here?
Where does your head come from? Who gives your head to you?
That how did you get there? That go back to that question needs to log off. Who is asking you how did I get? That's more than I don't know. That's just stupidity.
They must have been trolling. They have to have been trolling.
Somebody should ask you that. Just say I don't know.
How did you answer them?
I answered them.
How did you come to school? Don't even mind those kind of people. Don't answer them. Just leave.
When they ask questions like that, I'm not sure if they're trying to be funny or they genuinely do not know.
Exactly, that's the thing.
I think they genuinely do not know. I believe, because I've met some extremely nice people that, like, they'll just go and spoil it by asking me something like, oh, I never knew that you've been to America before. Like, I thought that this was your first time in America. Like, what? Are you the one that has been buying my plane ticket for me? I don't understand.
Oh my God.
And they act so surprised when they hear that you travel to other places other than America.
Honestly.
They're like, oh my God, wow.
No, I think that's an exchange for them, because Americans, like, they don't leave their country.
Yeah, they don't.
That's the thing. No, you guys, they go to Cancun. They go to Cancun.
But then again, I think, like, that's an effect of, like, okay, in Nigeria, like, everyone, like, your family traveling international every year. That's not something like people
can do.
Of the middle class can do.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and it's not of our privilege, like, okay, yeah, I've been to this country and that country and this country and that country. So, yes, it's like.
But even middle class Americans, like, I feel like they have money to travel.
Well, I think it's not a middle class thing to international travel all the time.
Yeah. Mm. But I don't think it's not because they can't afford it. I just feel like they feel like there's no need. Like, why are you wasting money to go to Belgium or something?
Let's talk about Africans versus African Americans, because I hate that. I hate it so much.
It actually hurts my feelings.
I think about that whole thing, like, I think African Americans like if okay, the whole Beyonce Black is King, like it's like Fritz. Like you don't know anything about Fritz. Like you're
No,
African
but I think
American.
Beyonce does her actual research.
That's why I said I
But then
genuinely
no,
don't think.
but she doesn't come here on tour.
Search though. It's not just about sitting down and typing and searching it up. Like actually go and try to experience these things before you like sing about it.
Like she's always giving us like rapper and mud house imagery, but like that's not like the majority of Africa right now.
Contributes to like the image that we already have about Africa, like about the whole like deserts. Like I feel like
exactly mud house.
Yeah, like the whole.
Like,
but
there's nothing wrong with those things, but then like it's like that's not the reality right now.
It is our heritage, yes. It is.
But
our heritage.
You guys look at it from this perspective. I think we think like this because even us, as we live in Africa, we are very detached from our actual culture.
Yes.
She shouldn't be interested in Africa now because Africa now is pretty much whitewashed. She's interested in African culture, and that's fair. Like that's fair. Okay. Some of us are bricklayers. That's now. Were there bricklayers then? Julius said.
People built those houses then. People tapped the palm wine then. Like, but like she's giving us was king stuff, and that thing is very like irritating to me because it's like first of all it's like glorifying monarchy, which is like a problem on its own, and it's like like when you're talking about American culture, like we don't need to go all the way back to like Civil War era America, like because that was the OG American like time, like and now things are more globalized in America. Well, it's not like a culture, but like, it's like okay, if we're talking about America, like American stuff, like now, like everyone like it's America, like everyone in America eats sushi, like the world is melding now. So like, if you're talking strictly American, we'll talk about the past, but like we rarely see things of Africa right now. Like I think like okay, like you say like if we're talking about like it has been whitewashed and like that, like if we're talking about OG African like African countries and their culture, we'll talk about like the past, but then I think there's culture now, like we've like it's like how like but then pidgin is like how like a lot of people like that's what people like
we hear pidgin in the movies.
Like, no, can't keep focusing on what like that was then. Like that stuff has kind of passed. It's like, what about now? Like, let's see ourselves now. Like,
I think I get what you're trying to say.
Now.
I think that.
What? But then what's like her business is us now? Like,
because like if she's trying to like,
she's interested in her personal ancestral history. Like that's my opinion.
But then like
that's
it's like
what I was telling
I don't think she is. To be very honest, I think.
Okay, wait, sorry for interrupting. But who will act as if Beyonce just started this whole I'm African thing and the whole black thing? Even if you go back to what's the song called? Grown Woman, you can see, like you can tell, like listen to Grown Woman and the video as well.
They should come here on any of our like. It's like
I can understand. Okay, fine. The mistakes that you said, not come. There's no tour. What's it called? Disney Plus is not even available in Africa. Bullshit. I understand, but then again, we're talking about Beyonce as herself. We're not talking about.
I get that. It's not for us.
We're not coming and talking about how the white people don't want to bring Disney Plus to Africa. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying Beyonce as herself. I don't think she's doing it with any bad intention or that she's getting money. I think she's doing it for herself, because somebody that's going to do it for bad intentions and I'm getting money will not go as deep as Beyonce has gone. And I'm saying it. No. I'm sorry, and that's how I feel.
Like okay. Like if I get your point, like you have some point about like it's for them and their like self-expression. Like it's not for Africans, it's for African Americans. So it's like thinking about like okay, before we're ripped in dropped into this country, how is it like how did our great grandparents, it's like for them. But then okay, if it's strictly for them first, but if it's like trying to be like talk about Africa, like involve like Africa today, like they can keep it. Like it's not for us. So like first of all, they're not trying to sell it to us, and like it's just like I think it's for, well, if it's like the way you're saying it, then it's for them, and that's fair.
I think it's for us as well, but that's just me.
I think we tend to forget that they are African too.
Yes, like bottom line.
Too. Okay, fine. They were like stripped of all that, knowing about themselves, whatever. Some of them are genuinely trying to know where they came from, all that type of stuff. And there's people that they want to pick and choose what they want to get from African culture, but then like there's people that actually want to know where they're from.
I have to focus on like where you came from. I want to know where I came from. Like if someone told me today that I'm Dominican, I won't just like and I was like my ancestors were dropped in like and like they were like because of like mixing that I have in made Yoruba, but like in the like my great grandparents were Dominican. Like I would want to know how like Dominican Republic was, but I would also want to know how it is now.
Exactly,
but
but
I
I think
how
that's
it is
like
now. But then you have to like. Obviously, at the same time, she's a businesswoman. She's thinking about what's going to make that coin.
So
she's not going to ask, jam-pack the whole Africa then, Africa now, Africa. Like, she's going to think
it's
about
not a documentary. And
exactly.
I think we should not sit down here and act like us two we have it all together. We all know that half of all of us in this room, we're not 100% Nigerian. You can come and fight me.
What do you mean?
We're
not 100% Nigerian. Who here can?
What do you mean by that? I don't grab.
Wait first. Who here can sit down here and raise up their hand and say they're 100% Nigerian?
Nobody's 100%
Yoruba. Like, I don't think that. What?
I'm not saying that. Like if you do like. Exactly. That I'm not going to sit down here and say
they made Nigeria. It's not something that.
Exactly.
Nigeria is man-made. So
it's like okay, but then like
100% West African.
Yeah. I'm like I'm pretty sure I'm like 98% Yoruba because like it's like but 90%. Also 98 but like it's like also like I think Nigeria is man-made but like, it's the same way like African Americans were like forcibly taken to America, but like now they have their own culture and they have their own. It's like Nigeria is man-made, but like there are things that are like
of course.
Just like Nigerian stuff. It's like
yeah, very much. But I'm talking about like DNA.
Yeah, we're very much real, but like in DNA sense.
Yeah.
But what I don't like is that like it's stuff like my African mom. When Africans, it's very bad, it's very ugly.
I think all of us are the same. We're very much detached from each other.
Very, very much.
So I don't understand.
What do I know about people from fucking Djibouti, like Djibouti or something? Like, I don't know. How
exactly.
There's no African monolith.
Exactly.
Yeah. Doesn't make any.
A Nigerian and a Zimbabwe person are so different. So which one is
like a Nigerian and a Togolese person? There's no. West Africa, the same West Africa, that there's no link.
Yeah.
So it's like
there is
there's like link, but like, what do you know about like Togo?
It's French.
Yeah,
exactly. That's the end. Like that's the end. Like it's like we aren't like a family. Like we are like all African.
Yeah, unfortunately, but I've noticed that we have a lot of the same culture, a lot of the same foods. We just call it different stuff.
Yeah.
Names.
Like rice and
yeah, exactly. The fact that they speak Yoruba there as well. There's Yoruba people in Togo. There's Hausa people in Ghana. Like there's a sense of unity.
I feel like exactly. I feel like the people from different places in different places. If that makes any sense.
Yeah,
everyone is scattered all over. So I feel like in that sense, it brings us together, but then...
So that's the end of today's video. Make sure you comment down below whose opinions you agree with and which one of my friends that you want to see again. And also make sure you comment down below what other topics you want us to talk about. Also give me ideas of more videos to make apart from like issues for this series. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe, and follow me on my Instagram. It is at keeping up with Rahimat, and all my friends' details will be in the description below as well. Thank you guys for watching. Guys, next time, bye.